Dean, and she spoke to me June 1st, and she knows, Peoples knows they have a problem up there. Okay, she told me they're going to cut back the pressure in the line. Now sometimes, let me let you know this, that station will run for 16 straight hours. So if you can think of a kid blowing a whistle in this room for 16 straight hours, that's what it sounds like. We actually lost use of our property here over this. I got a petition with 17 other homeowners in the immediate area that are affected. I'm sure a lot more than that. Unless you walked into the wooded area, you wouldn't know. And it's approximately almost a half mile from my house, to let you know how loud this is. They have to shut the doors and windows a half mile from the house. At my wit's end, I don't know where to turn. Peoples just keeps telling me the same line. So Bradine told me that they'll turn back the pressure. They know they have a problem. They got engineers looking at it. Okay, so I figured they're going to start the ball rolling on this. They shut it down for the evening. The next day they ran it for approximately 8 hours. That Sunday they ran it. I got up at 7 in the morning. It was running. It was still running at 10 at night when I went to bed. Okay, I'll give them the week to take care of it. The whole week goes by. I come home from work Friday. The station's as loud as it's ever been. I call Bradine, and she says, well, we got engineers looking at it. The same line you just told me a week and a half ago. They don't know what the problem is. I said, Bradine, can you tell me what the timeline is on this? I lost use of my property for the last month and a half. I can't, there's 17 other homeowners also. How long is this going to go on? Well, we don't know what the problem is yet. Well, you told me you had engineers out to look at it. You still don't know what the problem is? I said, I don't know where to turn. I'm letting you know. I'm getting a petition together. I'm going to Penn Hills and asking them for help for some resolution in this matter. I can't live like this anymore. Our neighborhood's a fantastic neighborhood. A lot of the residents have been there a long, long time. And I still believe in the community. I'm raising a family in this community. But if I can't get this issue resolved, I gotta go. I can't live like this, a prisoner in my own house. So I'm just looking for some assistance in which way to go with this.
And nor should you have to live, or any other neighbor have to live under this. Now the thing that's is concerning to me is when the municipality contacted them, they're telling you that they already came out and tore it apart. Is that correct?
I'm not sure of the turn of events. They must have gone out and looked, turned it down. They can speed it up, or it's a regulator, so they can make it increase or decrease flow. I believe they tried to turn it down.
Shut it off.
It'd make less noise, but they weren't sure what was wrong with it.
Okay,
so
now
apparently they brought the manufacturer out, or they recorded the noise, and the manufacturer said, no, it's not supposed to be.
the thing of it is, this is a pressure valve that's making this
I don't think
noise.
it's a pressure valve. It's a transmission line where a large pipe comes out of the ground, goes, and there's some kind of regulator that they use to control the flow. I'm not sure of the details. I don't know.
Well, even if it's a regulator to control the flow of it and that, I mean, really and truthfully, maybe they have, I mean, you're going to have to tell Peoples that if this isn't corrected immediately, that then I suggest it be shut down until it is corrected. Because, I mean, the whistling is maddening enough. But if this is, I mean, what are we going to do? Wait until something happens?
I mean, it functioned for many, many, many years without making noise. So there's definitely something wrong with it. And I think the problem is really that they didn't take heed. They didn't pay attention to residents. And then finally, when we start calling Meg, myself, now they're doing something. I think it's unfortunate that it took this long to get there, but I think it'll be resolved. It didn't make the noise before.
Do you have any information on it?
Well, I'm just thinking maybe if it doesn't get resolved by the time frame that gentleman, the director, mentioned to Chris, our next step probably is try to assist by going to the Pennsylvania Utility Commission.
Okay, because really and
that would be
truthfully,
the next step. I was going to ask Mr. Roberto if he contacted them. Apparently not, right?
I had contacted several different agencies. A lot of them told me this is all handled at the local level, that Penn Hills would set the ordinances and the codes, the rules governing something like this.
So
that they don't step into
follow
this.
up on that, and then probably our next step, we'll have to seek the utility commission if they don't respond. or go through the violation process again. But nothing will back that up in terms of the noise ordinance. But we'll look into it.
I did do some research on it. Other municipalities, when it became such a nuisance, had actually forced, not Peoples, but other gas companies to move the station. These stations go in remote areas. It was probably a remote area in the 50s, but Penn Hills just blew up. And now it's surrounded, there's houses everywhere. And I said, for 19 years, this hasn't been a problem. All of a sudden, it's a problem. Peoples acknowledges that something's wrong there. They're just not fixing it.
And Chris, here's the thing. First of all, it does fall on us now, not on the resident. So Peoples has to be made aware of the fact, either you or Mo, that this is not acceptable. And if they say it was going to be done within a week, still a week of listening to that noise is not acceptable. And number two, our concern is, why is it making the noise? There has to be something wrong. And I'm not going to wait until there's some type of tragedy that happens. So they're not going to put this on the back burner and say, well, it'll be a week, but I can't guarantee a week. Well, they better guarantee something, because if they don't, then they're going to have a problem, because Penn Hills is not going to sit here and wait till it's their convenience. And had they listened to the complaint of the resident in the first place, then this wouldn't be an issue. So I want that tomorrow morning delivered to them, and I want a set time of when this is going to be taken care of, because of the fact that this is not acceptable, and no resident of Penn Hill should have to put up with this. I wouldn't want to put up with it in my home, and I'm sure nobody else would. And besides putting up with it for this long, I'm worried about his safety. Well, it's not really anything that you have to worry about. Well, I'll tell you what, you didn't even fix it for a year that it's been going on, so how do you know if it's a problem or not? So I want it to be made known to people that we want an answer at the end of the day, just what is going to transpire, and if we don't, then we will go.
Well, we'll start with the fire marshal's office tomorrow morning, Mayor.
All right, and if you could give me a follow-up on who you talked to and what was stated, and if you could send it also to Mr., I'm sorry, honey, I keep Roberto. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Okay. I would appreciate it, because of the fact, like I said, Peoples, if they would have listened to our resident, they wouldn't have this. So now they didn't, so they opened up a can of worms, and it's going to be their problem, not my resident's problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Who should I deliver the petition to?
You can give it to the manager.
Mr. Ryan?
Is your name Emily? Well, Emily, it's nice to see a young person here, and you see how government works.
Thank you for your time and your assistance.
Thank you. Okay, now we will move for a motion to approve the minutes of the May 1st, 2017 council meeting.